Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, sitting here with the man, Tyler Merkovich, and this is the 2009 Philadelphia Eagles team preview. Now, Tyler, a lot of excitement in the city of brotherly love this year. They're expecting big things out of Andy Reid, number 5. What do you think is going on with that coach staff as well as with that offense?
Well, Andy Reid was halfway out of town last season until they won 6 of their last 7, including the playoffs, almost making it to the Super Bowl. And when they replaced Kevin Cobb with Donovan McNabb, all hell broke loose until they started winning. So Andy Reid has reassured himself of the job and a very active offseason.
Correct.
Donovan McNabb is there to stay for a while. Bring in new linemen, John Runyon and Trey Thomas out as they're aging. They bring in Jason Peters from Buffalo and Stacey Andrews from Cincinnati.
And with that West Coast offense, you know that they need offensive linemen to effectively pass block, short, quick passing game, open up holes for Mr. Brian Westbrook, who should be happy that they made those improvements to that offensive line.
Yes, if you remember last year in Week 4, at a Sunday Night Football game against Chicago, they were down 24-20 late in the game. They were at first and goal from the goal line, and 4 tries, and they couldn't get in. This is what I think they're going to try to improve the run game a little bit. Westbrook's been battling injuries lately. They draft LaShawn McCoy 2nd round. They pick up Leonard Weaver from Seattle. So look for them to try to get a little more of the run game going.
And with that receiving core with McNabb, he should be a happy quarterback this year. Expect big things out of number 5. Explain to us about that receiving core and what pieces they've added to McNabb's already stacked arsenal.
Jeremy Maclin fell in the first round. They snagged him fast, and now he teams along with Deshaun Jackson, who's a similar player. Jeremy Maclin a little better, but those guys can catch 2-yard passes and take it the distance. Those are the guys on the outside who are going to be your playmakers, game changers. And on the inside, I like Jason Avant coming in. Kevin Curtis and Reggie Brown are veterans, so they're going to be the possession guys. Brent Selleck's going to be the tight end. They drafted a guy out of Florida named Clint Ingram, so look for him. He's coming off injury, so look for him to try to get on the field.
Ingram's going to be a good pick, and Donovan McNabb is going to be helping. They're going to score a lot of points in Philly, but we all know you can score as many points as you want, but you have to be able to stop people. How's that defense shaping up this year in 2009?
Well, Jim Johnson, hopefully he could be on the sidelines. Status still unknown. The defensive coordinator, Mike Patterson, Broderick Brunkley, they anchor the defense. 2 underrated defensive tackles. And then on the outside, you got plenty of guys. Darren Howard, you got an underrated Trent Cole, who doesn't get as much credit for Victor Abiamiri from Notre Dame, who's been coming on, and 2 veterans, Chris Clemens and Jaquay Parker, who are going to give them nice depth at that position. And
also with the linebacking core, what do you feel is going to happen in that back, vastly underrated group with the back 4, the back 3? What do you think is going on with that linebacking core?
Well, a guy who we thought was the best on their team at linebacker was Omar Gaither, and now he's probably going to be a backup because we have 3 guys stepped up last year, including Stuart Bradley, who was 2nd in tackles and 1st in tackles for losses, and we got Akeem Jordan and Chris Gokong, who's huge. He's 260 plus, 6'2", so he's going to be the strong side linebacker. And then you got Omar Gaither, so that's a good 4-man rotation for a 3-man linebacking set.
And we know last year they brought in the secondary. They brought in Asante Samuel from the Patriots. He made a huge impact in that secondary. Did they add any other pieces in the secondary that we should look out for?
Well, familiar face we won't see next year, their leader, Brian Dawkins, but they replaced him with an underrated guy in Sean Jones, who's an underrated ball hawk from Cleveland. They also bring in Ellis Hobbs from New England to replace Lito Shepherd, who left for the Jets. So we got Quentin Demps back there, a couple guys. I think their secondary is going to be okay.
Now, with the special teams, you know, Deshaun Jackson is a kick returner, punt returner. He brought back some kicks last year. So who is going to take over his spot now that he's expected to be more of a number 1 guy?
Well, Quentin Demps is going to be the kick returner probably, and Deshaun Jackson is going to be the punt returner. They're both rookies last year. They both had kick returns for touchdowns. And, of course, they have David Green Acres, who's the kicker. So I think their special teams will be all right.
Now with the Eagles, they went to the NFC Championship game last year, the 5th time in 10 years. Do you see them repeating as NFC East representatives in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're going to win the division. I think they're head and shoulders. They've made enough moves to surpass Dallas and the Giants. So I think Philly's going to win the NFC East.
You're going to make a lot of people happy down on the Turnpike, exit 10. These guys in Philadelphia. You heard it here from the man, Tyler Merkovich. I'm Emery Hunt. Thanks for checking out the team preview. To visit more NFL team previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.